Ahoy! Welcome into the Junk Drawer, part of the Korked Podcast Network. Football season is nearly here because the preseason AP Top 25 is officially out. And guess what, AD? This podcast is it's unranked. We came in unranked yet again on the AP Top 25. But look, don't worry. We're gonna prove that we're at least worthy of some votes to be ranked. Today is August 16th, 2021. What is up, junkies? I'm Austin. That's AD. What's up, AD?
As of right now, we are officially 4 Mondays away from Monday Night Football.
Oh, wow.
Just let that soak in for a minute.
Man, jeez, feels so good, you know. Hey, how many Tuesday night footballs do you think we'll get this season?
If the NFL has anything to say with it, 0. They've made it very clear they're not moving any games. So
hopefully not. Hopefully. Oh yeah, that's true. I guess with the new COVID rules, right? Like guys, you're just gonna have to forfeit a game, right? They're not gonna.
Tuesday night football is a thing of the past.
Damn, that sucks. So that means the Titans are officially 1-0 on all Tuesday night games, and they will forever be 1-0. No one can ever beat them on Tuesday night football.
Arguably one of the best Tuesday night football teams in the league.
Look, if the Titans are ever playing on Tuesday night football, bet the house on the Titans because they've never lost. It's really remarkable. Hey, look, if you're listening to us on the podcast, we ask you to subscribe, rate, and review. If you're watching via the live stream, first of all, thank you. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Hope we're finding you at a good spot in your day.
Good to see you.
Very good to see you. AD's not wrong in saying that. It is great to see you. Thank you guys for hopping in here. If you want to comment along, you can comment along with the show on Periscope, YouTube Live, on Facebook Live. Comment along, and we will use your comments as part of the show if they're good comments. If they're not that great, we probably won't use them.
Keyword is the best comments.
That's the best.
The best.
That's right. The best comments will be used on the show. So you have a chance to make this show better. You have a chance to make what we do better, to make us laugh, and we hope that you do, because we are looking for jump on in here with us. We want to make a discussion. So do us a favor, hit that retweet button, hit that share button, get more people in here. The more people that are in here, the more fun it will be, and the better of a show we will have. A few things we're going to get into today. Tim Tebow, maybe some fighting, some Bill Belichick, Max Scherzer a little bit. We got a lot of different things. The taunting rule in the NFL. Got a lot of different things we're going to get into today, but we do it by getting into our good, back, and ugly, our staple segment. But before we do that, AD, quick, name a song.
Oh, these songs, it keeps messing me up. I hate this song, but Born in the USA. It's like the only song I can think of right now.
Look,
that's terrible.
It doesn't have to be a song you like. It just has to be a song, and you nailed it. All right, name a woman.
All right. Diana Taurasi. She was in Space Jam 2. She's a very good actress.
You just watched that again, didn't you?
I watch it every night.
Oh, sure. Right, before bed. All right, let's get into our good, back, and ugly. AD, what do you got for your good?
My good of the week, and if you don't mind pulling that up for me when you get a chance, are coaches that do drills with their players.
Sure.
So coaches that participate, whether it's on the field, in the weight room, in the locker room, coaches that are just really, they embrace what it means to be on a team and to be a team player.
And I think we all know who you're referring to, right?
Exactly. And what better way to show someone how to do something than by doing it yourself? And that's exactly what Bill Belichick did. Bill Belichick got on the squat rack and he put a couple 25s on each side. We're not squatting that much if you're Bill Belichick at this age, but he put it up. I mean, you could see, look at the determination.
Yeah.
No spotter behind him.
No spotter whatsoever.
That's very key. And just look at the form.
A 25-pound weight on each side. So what is that? That's 50. That's when, if the bar is 45, let's say my man's putting down 95 pounds.
He's pushing 100 So,
and look at the determination. He's got the look, the same look that he gives on like like if his defense gives up a 3rd and 5 conversion, that's the look that he gives then too. So he is in game face mode while he's throwing up these plates.
Just an absolute beast in the weight room. I mean, like, because we all remember those videos. I'm thinking of Vrabel when he was doing like the lineman drills.
Yeah,
like,
definitely.
You know, just videos of coaches. Just, you know, I love this too. If they're standing there and then like coach is like, he blows the whistle and he's like, all right, and then like flips his hat back around. He's like,
yeah.
all right, let me get down there. He's like, all right, get on the ball, and that's exactly what we're witnessing here is Bill Belichick just throwing weight around.
Your coach is a badass if like during practice he throws one of these.
It's like, all right, get down, or he like pushes like one of the players out of the way. He's like, get to the side and watch this.
Yeah, and he puts his knuckles down in the dirt, does it himself. Look, you never want to make a coach get to that level, but if you have a coach that will get to that level, you know you got yourself a good coach. And just by the look there alone, like the fact that and maybe Belichick is like seeing all of these guys. He's seeing the Vrabels of the world that are willing to get down dirty with his players and to like do it. The Dan Campbells of the world.
The Dan Campbell, that's another great. He's a football player. Like, he's not a coach. He's not a coach.
He's a football guy through and through.
Yeah.
That dude's not a coach. He's just a straight up dude. He's the dude, and he's willing to get down there. And so Belichick's like, look, he can't be passed up. Belichick is as competitive as they come, and he's not about to let dudes outlift him. And plus, like, he's probably thinking like, oh man, my team stinks, so I might have to like get in there and actually play. So I better get game ready. So you never know. You never know when it comes to.
I'd like to think that. So this is obviously just a still image. You know, we can't.
Right. And for the podcast audience, by the way, podcast audience, if you're listening, it's a photo, and we encourage you to look up this photo on Twitter. It's a photo of Belichick literally getting down and lifting, like lifting weights. He is in the squat rack position, and he is like mid squat, halfway down, with the meanest Bill Belichickian look on his face.
So as we mentioned, he's only got 125 on each side, 95 pounds.
Yep.
But like I was saying, this is not a live photo. We don't know what happened after this was taken. Like, this
he could have fallen over. Yeah.
This is a shot in time. But what I'd like to imagine is that after he was done throwing this weight around, he threw it back onto the rack. He went over to the rack right in front of him that has 3 or 4 plates of 45s on it. And then he threw that one up right after that. He was like, this is just a warm up, a lightweight to get himself ready for that next one, which is right in front of him.
Yeah.
So that's Bill Belichick in the weight room. And did I wake up today thinking that we were going to talk about Bill Belichick in the weight room? No, but now that we have this picture, this image, I have to agree with Boston Connor, who tweeted it. Super Bowl confirmed. I am nervous as a Steelers fan.
As you should be. As a Titans fan, look, the road to the Super Bowl goes through New England again. We thought gone are the days that we would ever have to worry about the Patriots and being contenders for the Super Bowl. This photo alone is all you need to know, that the road to the Super Bowl goes back through New England.
Confirmed.
And it is paved with the sweat of at the squat rack. Do you think Belichick, like right before this photo was taken, was like, "Hey, yo, can I get a spot? Can I get a spot? Yo, Cam, can I get a spot, bro?" And he's like takes a shot of his RX fuel,
slapping himself in the face, just getting himself ready. Yeah.
Like, give me some heat. Give me some heat.
He's screaming, lightweight.
The only easy day was yesterday, bros. The only easy day was yesterday. What makes the grass grow? Blood makes the grass grow, guys. That's what he said.
And you better believe he drank a protein shake after this. There's no question.
No question. It's not even up for a question. So,
what flavor was it? Most likely vanilla.
No, most likely vanilla. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get to my good of the week.
Yeah, let's hear your good of the week.
Now, look, I know there's been a lot of heat going on. Speaking of heat, against Tim Tebow and for all that he has done, and because Tim Tebow played in his first preseason game with the Jaguars, we got our first look at Tim Tebow as the tight end. All right.
The tight end.
We were gifted with a Tim Tebow, if you will, a tight end crackback block. And look, a lot of people have been talking about it. So I'm just going to, I just got to get into this thing. All right. A lot of people have been cracking back, no pun intended.
No pun intended at all for that one. Please.
On Tim Tebow and his blocking ability. My question is why? All right. People say, oh, Tim Tebow, what a joke. This guy sucks. I hate Tim Tebow, and I get it. Look, the guy's super nice. He's incredibly charitable. He's just a overall good person. So I understand why you would hate him, why you would hate him as an individual. And you're probably like, oh, well, he's taking opportunities away from other players. It's like, yeah, well, okay. But he's still getting those opportunities. So like, we should maybe marvel in that fact. But look, I get it. I get why you hate him. Anyone that nice or that charitable deserves to be hated. Am I right?
Well, not to mention he's a two-sport athlete too. I mean,
two-sport athlete, right?
Professional in both.
I mean, never. Yeah. Well, yeah, but AD he only batted like 240 in AAA. Okay, so that after 10 years, taking 10 years off from swinging a bat, so he wasn't that good, was he?
And well, to be fair, this could actually be his third career if you count his position switch to tight end. I mean,
you could say he's gone pro in 3 sports, kind of. So everyone's clowning on Tebow. I'm here to defend Tebow. All right, because look, let's watch this play. If you've seen for a podcast audience, we're literally it's the play where Tim Tebow blocks. And let's light
use of the word block, please.
Right, the Jaguars are playing the Browns, and look. First of all, Tim Tebow's not the first and only tight end who's not good at blocking in the league. Okay. You mean to tell me every single tight end in the sport is great at blocking? No. Maybe Tim Tebow's not a run blocking tight end. Maybe he's a pass catching tight end. We don't know. All right. This is literally the first game we've ever seen him play. Judging by his blocking, we'd maybe assume. But you want to say that that's a bad block? First of all, does he get a hat on him? Yes, he does. Okay. Does he get his body in front of him?
Does he get spun around? Yes.
Does he? Yeah. Right. All right. So we watch that and look, where's the running back? He's already at the second level. Okay.
He's already out of the frame.
Did the guy that Tim Tebow get his hat on make the tackle? Did he, AD? You tell me.
Absolutely not.
Not at all.
In fact, he's a few yards behind the play at this point.
Right. Right. So I would say, and look, even Tim Tebow right here, you can see he's already picking up a second block.
The next man.
My man rolls off of one player, okay, and picks up another. Now, granted, it's his own player, but he's picking up another player, okay? That's 2 blocks in one play. Normally, for most tight ends, you'd be happy if he just gets a hat on one guy and takes one guy out of the play. Nope, my man Tebow does 2, okay? So you could say, yeah, terrible block. Okay, doesn't make the tackle, all right? So that right there to me is Tim Tebow. Dare I say the best blocking tight end in the sport right now? You don't see Travis Kelce making plays like this. You don't see Jonnu Smith making plays like this.
Especially in the preseason. I mean, these are the type of plays that...
And that's a great point, AD, because in the preseason, a lot of times, these guys are taking these games off. They're not even playing in these games. But Tebow swallows his pride, and he says, no, you know what? I'm going to go out there and I'm going to grind. And I'm going to go out there and I'm going to make blocks like this. You think number 59 saw it coming? His back was to the play, so I guarantee you he didn't. All right? And then he gets up, and you think this offensive lineman number 77 saw it coming? Nope. So that's right there. 2 blocks right there that Tim Tebow makes. On guys that
3,
didn't see it coming.
He kind of got in front of that last guy too. So I mean, if you want to say 3, let's say 3.
Number 98. Look at that. Look, he's boxing him out.
Let's just say 3.
You want to talk about the multi-sport athlete that Tim Tebow is? Baseball, football. Yeah, now he can play basketball too, with his incredible box out. So, look, before we start clowning Tim Tebow, let's maybe take a look back. Okay, now a lot of people are like, yeah, well, that wasn't the only play that Tim Tebow sucked at. Okay, all right, fine. Let's go to the other play that Tim Tebow was credited on. Okay, now this is also same game, Jaguars Browns preseason game. All right, Tim Tebow's right here on the end at tight end, number 85.
Mm-hmm.
All right, the ball is snapped. He first of all gets a hat on a guy. Sure, he gets thrown away instantly. but first of all, maybe how do we know that wasn't supposed to be a chip block and someone else was supposed to pick him up?
Look, is the guard pulling? I think we got to ask that too.
Maybe the guard missed a pull. Maybe the guard didn't know the play and missed a pull, and Tebow was just supposed to supposed to chip him and work to the second level, which he does masterfully. Okay, we don't know. All right.
We're not the offensive coordinator. We can't pretend like we know the play here.
Right.
So
look, this play, I'll admit, is a little bit tougher to defend, but so is going up against Tebow when you're blocking. Okay. It's tough to defend when you're going up against Tebow when blocking.
Is that Minshew in a quarterback too?
No, that's I don't even know who that is. Who is
Minshew? Was a quarterback.
Minshew was
first.
Oh no, that's Beathard, the dude from the San Francisco 49ers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which I didn't even know he was in Jacksonville. I thought he was still in San Francisco. So and look
at the whole right side just came crashing down on that running back.
And look, you could say the defensive linemen's meeting him in the backfield. Yeah, you could say that. Or you could say that this running back's not hitting the hole hard enough. All right. It's the NFL. You got to hit the holes hard. And look, is there not a hole right there in between Tebow and that right tackle? I'd say there is. That running back needs to hit that hole harder. That's not on Tebow to make.
Honestly, I think you're right. I think you're right.
All right. Go ahead.
No, it's just, I mean, you could literally drive like a smart car through that hole. I mean, it's just.
And a smart car is as big. Look, if you're looking to drive a truck through the holes in the NFL, look, brother, you're in the wrong sport.
Wrong league.
This isn't college football anymore. Okay. This is the NFL. Okay. Not for long, as in how long holes are open up for. Now, I talked about it off the top. Tim Tebow, maybe he's just a pass catching tight end. Okay. Maybe he's a pass catching tight end, and he's not there for the block, which is true for a lot of tight ends. There's a lot of tight ends that are pass. You think Rob Gronkowski? Well, Rob Gronkowski is probably bad because he's Bigfoot essentially. But like other tight ends, they're looking to catch passes first before the game has changed, where the tight end is a part of the line and he's blocking on every down. Okay, so maybe Tim Tebow is in that spread offense type. And here's my proof that this plays into my fact that he is a pass catch. He's a pass catching tight end. Here he is lined up here in the slot. Okay, you see him there right around the Publix logo on 1st and 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right, this is an entirely new play. I guess I can't skim as well on YouTube, but all right. So there's our guy Gardner Minshew. First of all, great job at Gardner.
Okay, this is Minshew. This is Minshew. Okay.
If I'm Trevor Lawrence, I'm watching out for my look. You're not guaranteed a starting position with our guy Gardner Flint Minshew II.
We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Number 2 isn't an option for him.
He's not pooping.
He hasn't taken a shit for weeks.
The dude is so constipated right now. He's not pooping because he wants that starting job. So Gardner Minshew steps up into the pocket and makes this throw. Boom! Wide open Tim Tebow. Your people are not overlooking this play. Oh, can you even see it? Is it not even?
It's not moving for some reason on my screen.
I'm on the. Hang on. All right. So
okay.
Here we go.
Oh, there we go.
Gardner Minshew. All right. He drops back to pass. He steps up into the pocket.
He throws
and boom, wide open. You see Tim Tebow? He's wide open right there. Okay.
Tim Tebow. They scored a touchdown there, right?
I mean, well,
if it was Tebow, then
it was Tebow, because if you see here, Tavon Austin steps right in front of him and steals his catch. So
well, did you see what he did after he didn't catch it?
He turns upfield to block.
A real team player.
A real team. And that's a great point, AD. That is a great point. AD, that comes from someone who you clearly are masterful in film watching, and you know how to break down these plays. So that ball should have been thrown to Tim Tebow, but Tavon Austin,
he's a speedster. He's
looking to play
quick.
two ways, wanting to be a defensive back, steps right in front of him and intercepts that pass. Okay. But then, yeah, you're right. What does Tebow do? And look, he's not a me first guy. He's a team player. So what he does is he let Tavon Austin take that pass, and then he turns upfield to lay wood on another poor defender for the Cleveland Browns.
Unsuspecting defender.
Yeah. Unsuspecting. He's like, oh, watch, I'm about to crack someone open. Boom. How about that? And look, does he not divert number 37 off his route to
I don't see him making a play.
He doesn't make the tackle. So all I'm saying is let's be easy when we're criticizing Tim Tebow, okay? Tebow's like, everyone's like, Tim Tebow sucks. Tim Tebow. Oh, yeah? I didn't see any other tight ends laying any wood on that play right there like Tebow did. I didn't see any other tight ends being as wide open as Tim Tebow was on that play. Let me just take it back right here.
There wasn't a defender in sight.
Look at how wide open he is. Look at how wide. Look, now, granted, he's wide open with another player in the vicinity, like his own player in the vicinity. But Tim Tebow's wide open. You got to give him love.
You know what I think would have happened if Tebow actually did catch that? Do you remember the Travis Kelce, LaShawn McCoy, where he like just pitched it to him?
Oh, yeah.
Travis Kelce caught it and then pitched it to McCoy, and he ran up the sideline. It would have totally happened here. Maybe that's what the play call was. Maybe that's what
it could have been a hook and ladder. It could have been a hook and ladder, and Tim Tebow was the damn hook, but Tavon Austin did not get the memo. So
he wanted to be both.
If anything, we should be clowning Tavon Austin for being a selfish player. All right, Tim Tebow should be praised for his efforts and his play. Tebow, freaking awesome. Yeah. So if you want to come to us and say Tim Tebow sucks at football, we'll just say, watch the tape, bro. Watch the film.
Yeah. And clearly they haven't watched it if they're saying that.
Clearly they have not. So, all right. What's your back of the week?
What was the acronym that you gave the NFL just a second ago? The
NFL, not for long.
Not for long. That's right.
Yeah. Right.
Another acronym that plays well into that in today's NFL, the No Fun League. So the No Fun League is back, and this time it has to do with taunting. So taunting is something that has clearly been a part of the game ever since the beginning. And I'm thinking back to Deion Sanders, like high stepping down the sideline.
Right.
We got all these, even just like last year, for instance, the Bucks player with the peace sign on the gloves. It's just part of the game.
Dare I say that was one of the greatest moments in the NFL season last year. Derrick Henry tossed a human being, and that rivals it.
Agreed.
Because that peace sign that he threw up to Tyreek Hill late in the game was one of the greatest moments and I'm not saying that. Look, I know we have a beef with the Cinna boys, and they are all Chiefs fans. I'm not saying that to dog in on Chiefs fans. Okay, so before. Yeah, I don't know if you saw, but I went on the Cinna Boys on Saturday.
Oh, I saw. I saw and listened. Yeah,
it was a damn ambush, dude.
I felt bad for you.
It was like I got set up. It felt like a movie scene where it was the long con. They're like, hey, let's get Austin to fill in on our podcast on Saturday morning, and then boom, we'll sneak attack him and just make fun of his damn Titans the whole time.
Let's talk about, I heard him say that no other players have logos such as Ryan Tannehill, Derrick Henry. Like they were just ruthless.
They were ruthless. And then they made some jokes about how the Titans don't have any Super Bowl trophies. And it's like, okay. I think every Titans fan knows that we don't have any trophies. Okay. Damn it. It was tough. So they freaking ambushed me. But no, I'm not saying that was the great moment, because it was the Chiefs losing on the most,
but it has a small part
of the season.
Small part of that.
It has a small part. It has probably like it's like number 2 to my point. Okay, it's the second reason I'm bringing up that peace sign. But anyway, but yeah, you're right. That things like that will be flagged from now, which I think that was flagged anyway, wasn't it?
It was. I mean, but that stuff like that should be flagged. But think about how worth it that was for that flag though. Just to
sometimes, and they were up 31-9. That was a worth it flag. This, however, I think this is the play you're referring to.
This is the play I'm referring to.
Not worth it.
So let's go ahead and break this down here. So obviously it's a fantastic run, and I'm actually not even sure who the running back is there because it's not Jonathan Taylor or.
No, it's their backup dude.
It's
He's
like
out
their
of
fourth string.
Oh gosh, where's he out of? I want to say he's out of like East Carolina or something. Or
okay, all right,
yeah.
So
clearly, you go on. I'll look up.
Well, he hits the hole very hard and takes almost half the Panthers defense with him as he goes. And I mean, what was it like? I think it was a 14-yard run. Gets up, is super excited because this is probably one of the only opportunities he's going to have in the NFL.
Yep.
And he gets up, gives a little flex, and if you go ahead and hit play there a little bit longer,
it's Ben LeMay out of Charlotte. I knew it was somewhere in the
Charlotte.
Carolinas.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, Ben LeMay. So he gets up and he just does that. That's all he does. Just a little little flex.
Little flex. Little fired up, because you're in the moment. That's adrenaline right there. You're just super happy to be dragging half the team with you.
Right.
And
I think that's the kind of reaction anyone would have if they dragged literally a half ton of human bodies along with them for a first down. Like that's incredible run
for 14 yards. I mean, that's it's amazing.
This video clip doesn't even capture the beginning of the run to let you know just how many bodies he's carrying. But the fact that this run goes on for this long anyway.
Look at that. There's 5 right there. There's 5 players. 5 blue jerseys on him right there. Right. And look at there. Here's the ref in the top left corner of the screen here.
Yeah, watch the ref. So the ref comes in and just right away tosses that flag up. And
he had just given those little like flexes, like the little like let's go. Like you can like almost see him saying like let's go, and then the flag was flying.
Well, and the ref comes in and does the ref equivalent of flexing in a dude's face by ripping out the flag. And
yes,
you can tell based off of how jacked a ref is to throw a flag based on how high they throw the flag. Like there's a correlation there.
Look at him admiring how high he threw that flag.
He watches it.
He looked at it.
You want to talk about bat flips? My man not only flips his bat, flips his flag, but he literally watches it up into the sky until it falls back down.
NASA is even like documenting this to make sure that it's still not in orbit. Like it is
right. The ref throws it high enough to where he throws it into the sky, watches it go into the sky, comes back down, takes a look at his guy that he's throwing the flag on, like, hey, I got you, buddy. And then looks back up at the flag. That's how high the flag went. He had time to look at the flag twice as it was in the air before it came back.
That flag flew longer than Jeff Bezos did the other week.
That flag was in space longer than Jeff Bezos. That is a great point, AD. That thing went seriously. Richard Branson is jealous of how long that flag was in the air. Here
they come.
We were talking earlier about the Cineboys and how I was bamboozled. I was taken aback. Like I got Michael O'Brien, Mob, the man. Oh, hold on, the man who ripped me to shreds on the podcast earlier this week.
It was like the spotlight was on Mob.
Chiefs fan versus Titans fan, just absolutely owning me in the player logo department. He is in, and he says, "Hi, very biased Chiefs fan here. The peace sign in the Super Bowl shouldn't have been flagged. If you're losing by that much, you deserve it." Okay, hey, look.
That's a sign of maturity right there.
That is a sign of maturity.
To admit something like that takes a big man.
The fact that Mob can admit that even that peace sign, because look, I'll admit it. There are great moments when freaking AFC Championship a few years ago, Titans Chiefs. Patrick Mahomes makes that run along the sidelines where I don't know what the Titans defenders were doing on that play, but it certainly wasn't tackling. The Titans were giving Tim Tebow blocks level of tackling. Like the effort that Tim Tebow gives on a block, that was the effort the Titans were giving on tackling on that Patrick Mahomes run. Patrick Mahomes ends up in the end zone right before half, and he gives a flex like this.
That
shouldn't be taunting.
That's a flag though.
No, well, so
in today's day and age.
In today's day and age, that probably is a flag, which would have really helped the Titans in that moment. But I'm willing to be a bigger man like our boy Mob and say that shouldn't be a flag because that was a good enough. If it's a good enough play, it shouldn't be a flag. This right here, going back to this run, was a good enough run. It should not have been flagged.
So 14 yards immediately taken away by the 15-yard penalty. So like -1 on the play.
It's ridiculous. Ridiculous, dude.
If the NFL just doesn't want emotion, but here's the other thing that is so contradictory. Like, how long has it been since they've allowed celebrations after touchdowns? Because what's the difference here? Like they're allowed to celebrate a touchdown, but a first down, in a big moment, right? No, forget about it.
And I get it. Like you don't want to be poor sports, and you don't want to promote poor sportsmanship. But it's also like you have to realize these are grown men. Mm-hmm. Dare I say, grown ass men?
Grown ass men.
Why are you concerned with how are they treating their opponents? If Tyreek Hill gets a peace sign in his face, I'm pretty sure Tyreek Hill is grown enough to realize, like, what goes around comes around. For every peace sign that he has given out to a defender on his run into the end zone, like he's like, okay, look, I deserve this. We're getting our asses kicked in the Super Bowl. All right. And if they don't and they want to fight, look, that just brings more entertainment value to the sport. Bad blood is what the NBA is built on. Okay.
Yes.
So
yeah,
like it would only be good for the sport. So why would you take that away with these stupid ass penalties? To me, if you get rocked on a football field, you should be able to flaunt it in the other dude's face at this level. If you want to do it in college, fine. If you want to do it in high school, I get it. Middle school, definitely. All right. You don't want poor sportsmanship coming up through the ranks. But once you're a grown ass man and you make it to the NFL,
you're getting paid to do this.
You should be allowed to freaking flaunt it. You should be able to whip your dick out and wave it in the dude's face if you want. All right. Now, granted, that might get you to become a red dot on a Google map. You might have to introduce yourself to new neighbors for the rest of your life, but you've earned that right. Okay. You have earned that right.
But and it doesn't even stop here. Think about the defensive linemen, the linebackers making sacks. TJ Watt in particular.
Right.
He goes out and throws his leg up in the air, like does whatever he does.
Right.
That's a flag.
Remember back in the day, Jared Allen, after every sack, he would get down on a knee and he would hog tie. He would pretend to hog tie someone, wine them, dine them, 69 them. And then all of a sudden the NFL was like, you can't go to the ground on a celebration or else it's going to be a penalty. And so then he had to figure out a way to hog tie, do the wine them, dine them, 69 them without his knee touching the ground. It was just it was the most absurd thing ever, but he still did it. That's the ridiculousness of the NFL. It's guys, let your players celebrate. It's the same thing. And look, and the baseball, for their unwritten rules, they get clowned on it so much. People love to clown on baseball, but no one will ever clown the NFL. The NFL needs to be clowned here because this is essentially the quote unquote unwritten rules. This is the limiting of the bat flip. This is the limiting of the bat drop, of the pimping a home run for football. This is what this is. So the NFL needs to be taken down a peg and say, look, let the kids play. Let the kids play.
Let the coaches coach. Let the coaches squat too.
Let the coaches. Oh my gosh! Let the coaches squat. Damn it! I don't have it readily available. But you let the coaches squat is a great term. All right. Oh man.
I just the no fun league. That's all we got to say.
The no fun league. That is where we are at with everything. Man, I really want to get into this one, but I know it's going to. I know this is going to take us down a wormhole, and we will be on this for way too long. But it's way too good not to.
It sounds like you have to at this point.
I have to, and you know where I'm going with this. I think. I don't even know if I can.
So, yeah.
I don't know if. Oh wait, no. I've got it right here. Here we go. Sorry, I was looking for the tweet. All right, so. We have to talk about it, AD.
Let's
The
hear it.
first game at SoFi Field or whatever it's called. Rams,
Yes.
Chargers.
Oh gosh.
This fight, we all saw the clip from over the weekend. This thing is absurd. AD, let me go to you real quick. Your first initial thoughts when you first saw this video, what was going on through what were you thinking?
I couldn't wrap my head around the fact that there were this many people at a preseason game. That was the first thing that went through my mind, and that much passion because they're all Rams fans, and we all know that the Rams have not been in LA for very long. I know that they were there before, sure, but like these fans, like these are all new jerseys. I saw someone wearing a Jared Goff T-shirt jersey. Like these are all like relatively new fans to the, and I'm saying that, and they're probably going to be a lot of pissed off people about that because I feel like they're a pretty passionate bunch of fans. But it just blows my mind that these people would be this upset with teams or fans that are this same fandom of you. Like you're all Rams fans here,
right?
Like what is going on? Normally it's the other way around, if like the Chargers fans were there, I could see them butting heads, we own LA. No, this is our stadium. No, it's ours.
Right. And the Chargers come from San Diego, and LA hates San Diego, and San Diego hates LA. So that would be that would be understandable.
It would at least have some logic to it, right?
But AD, like I don't even think there's a single Chargers fan in this fight, right?
I watched this a few times and I didn't see a single Chargers fan at all.
Like it's wild that it's LA on LA crime, which I mean makes sense. I mean, look, it's LA fans are, and as a Dodgers fan, I can say this that like LA fans are that there's a lot of bad apples in the bunch. Okay, a lot of them, and that's
a nice way to put it.
That spills over to Rams fans. It spills over to Lakers fans now, and I think any Dodgers, Rams, or Lakers fans will tell you that. Like, yes, they are good fans when they are good. They're really good fans when they are good. I'd put them up against anyone when they are good. They show up. But outside of that, it's like not so much. And then you get fights like this, and it's like you kind of tell. Other fan bases won't ever admit that they have bad apples in the bunch. I think LA fans will straight up tell you, yeah, we've got some bad apples in the bunch.
And LA is big enough where that allows it to happen, right? Like there's going to be
exactly
good fans and bad fans.
When you have 8 million people in a city, you're going to have like you're not going to have that camaraderie of like a smaller market, such as other places. So yes, it's all LA Rams fans, and this is to me just one of the funniest moments. This lady right here in the striped shirt, which is like you would think like, okay, if she's in a striped shirt, clearly she plays the role of peacemaker, referee. No, she's the whole reason this whole thing starts. And it's funny because the Malice in the Palace started with a beer toss, right?
Yeah.
This fight starts with a beer toss. Yeah, they're trading verbal jabs and they're arguing back and forth. And you can kind of see like, look, he's arguing and they're pointing fingers. A lot
of finger pointing going on.
Yeah, right. And
look at that girl gets out of the way. She knew to get out of the way right there.
Credit to her. There's another angle of this fight that I've seen that is awesome. Like once that first like slap is thrown, it's not even a punch. Once that first slap is thrown, she's like, all right, time to leave. You know what? Let's go to the concession stand. Let's go grab another beer. Like let's let them do their thing. Let's just up and out of here, which was smart on her part.
Very smart.
And then they're still fighting. And then watch old lady in the hat and the striped shirt in the background. All right. They're still arguing. He's doing this. Yeah, I got y'all. He's like,
in an Aaron Donald jersey, of course.
Right. Yeah. Which is the most fitting thing in the world. Aaron Donald. How many times do we see 5 guys go up against Aaron Donald and Aaron Donald
to block Aaron Donald,
just trying to go after Aaron Donald, trying to stop him. And that's what these 5 guys are essentially doing. So the security guard turns him around and it's like, hey, listen, sir, we're going to have to ask you to leave. And old lady in a striped shirt is right there.
So wait a second. So there was security in this video because I was curious about that. Like, were they even around? Like,
I wouldn't so much call it security as I would a suggestion. It was more of like just a lady, like she was not enforcing the law. She was maybe just suggesting the law. She was basically saying, hey,
Hey, this
sir,
is what the rules are, but
yeah,
you don't
sir,
have to follow
please
it.
keep your voice down. This is a football game. This is a sporting event in Los Angeles, so please keep your voice down. And so then you see this lady. Here comes the beer flying in, and boom, hits him right on the back. And that's when basically shit hits the fan, for lack of a better term. Because you got Aaron Donald. And I love this move right here. Right when the beer hits him on the back, he turns around and he goes Three Stooges by slapping 5 dudes with one swing. Watch this. Boom. Just knocks them all out at once. Like he's knocking over like a freaking flight of dominoes. Bah! Right there.
The reaction time too, just to turn around like without hesitation and swing his arm like that. It is flawless.
Careless abandon right there. The dude, he knows he gets hit by something, by someone. He doesn't care.
Doesn't even matter what it was. Yeah,
he's just gonna slap all at once and punish them all for it. And that's where it's going.
Except for the person that actually threw the cup, it seems.
Yes,
she was unharmed in the making of this video.
So just a phenomenal moment, and then here he comes. And then that's when things start breaking loose. Okay. Watch my man here. Okay. So obviously he's pulling his guys in close. They're fighting. And then watch this guy sitting down here. This is where things get funny because this guy is he's just sitting down, trying to enjoy the game. He doesn't want any trouble. And all of a sudden this fight breaks out literally on his lap. So what does he do? He uses his foot strength, gets a quick, like a nice little workout in, and pushes this fight with his legs into the next row. He's like, look, we're section 103, row S. I want you guys to fight in section 103, row R. Okay. You guys get down there. And he uses them to push
everyone
them
just starts wailing on him. Oh
right.
My
and
God.
Jared Goff's got this ass fetish right here where he just starts
T-shirt jersey
in the cheeks. Yeah. Jared Goff jersey. Look, if there's one thing I've learned of all my times as an NFL fan, you never want to fight a guy in a Jared Goff jersey. All right. If you got a guy that's doesn't have enough money to buy the actual Jared Goff t-shirt, but
has enough money to go to a preseason game. Let's not forget that part.
Well, preseason games, you can get them on the secondary market. But you did bring up a great point, AD, early on. Your first initial reaction to this, the fact that why are there this many people at a preseason game? That to us is more of a crime than whatever we're watching on this video. Why are there that many? And a Chargers preseason game, let alone like the Chargers really? I don't know. This to me is like it's the first game where they have to share a room. You know, the Rams and Chargers sharing a stadium.
Oh, yeah, true.
AD, you've got a brother. If you guys ever had to share a room and you were told that you had to sleep on bunk beds in that room, you would be a little upset, would you not?
I think there would be a fight for the top bunk
there, and which is exactly so. The NFL had to expect this was coming. The NFL had to suspect this was coming. Meanwhile, the old lady who started this whole thing, this whole fight, she sneaks out the back door.
She got out. Well, and you know what? I feel bad because the Aaron Donald, the guy that got thrown over the the chairs there.
Meanwhile, old guy who pushed the fight into the row in front of him, single-footedly pushed the entire fight in front of him into the row in front of him. He's like sneaking out the back. He's getting to the next. He's getting on to the next level. He's like, all right,
But look, so he loses it. That's a pretty nice jersey he's got on. It's like I think that's the Color Rush version of the Aaron
that's
Donald.
their alternate. It's like the
alternate.
It's like the faded white. It's like the dingy undershirt color that they've got.
Almost like the Best Buy one.
Bone. Right? I think they call it bone white.
Bone. That's right.
Which should not be called white, first of all. But yeah.
Unfortunately, he loses his jersey in this altercation. But the only jersey that should have been lost, the Jared Goff jersey.
The jersey. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
you're right. And
this
look through it all. AD, what do you see back here? Right.
Phones.
Right here. What do you right here? What do you see this guy?
Oh, Chargers.
We found him. We found the Chargers fan. We found the Chargers fan. If that stadium seats 70,000, all right. It's only 69,999 Rams fans because we found the one Chargers fan right there, ladies and gentlemen. He is there. I don't know how, but he was able to score a ticket.
Wearing a Mike Williams jersey too. Oh no, that's not a Mike Williams jersey.
No, what is that?
Who's 91? I thought it was 81 when we were
Does
first
he have a
looking at it.
custom Chargers jersey? I don't know, but anyway, that to me, that was a great moment over the weekend. So fan fights are back. That's my back of the week.
They are back.
What's your ugly of the week?
Okay. My ugly of the week. So we went to brunch yesterday, and
great start.
Yeah, love brunch. Love me a good brunch, especially a Sunday brunch. You know, on the NFL off season, or even during the NFL season, if it's before the respective start time, whether it's before 1 Eastern,
a Sunday brunch that bleeds into NFL games. That's always good. Yeah.
Or that. So you know, not many Sundays left where you can get brunch in without any fear of missing any games or anything like that.
Certainly.
So I called a place that we hadn't been to before because I was seeing if I could get a quicker reservation than what they had online. You ever do that? Like call a place to see if they can get you in before the reservation.
Yeah, because you can never trust the open tables or the.
Yes, that's exactly what it was. Open table, correct.
Yeah, you can never trust them like fully. You can sometimes, you know, like because especially like with like people who make reservations over the phone, they cancel them over the phone. You're not going to get that on open table. You won't get that time available to you.
Good point. And so I called. Very savvy of me to do that, by the way.
Yeah, I'll say, dude, you're sounding very much like an adult, dude.
They got us in 30 minutes ahead of what the scheduled time would have been. So it worked out.
They said, right this way, Mr. Huff.
Yeah, right this way. And as this is all happening, we're being very indecisive. We're like, should we even go there? Like, should we go somewhere else? Like, we don't even know what we want to eat at this point because we're so hungry. We go to another place, put our name in while keeping the other reservation still.
Sure.
And we put our name in, and Brittany, my fiance, comes out of the restaurant. She's like, I didn't like the vibes in there. Like, let's just go to the other place. So we go to the other place. We go back to the other place, the original place. And I still hadn't heard a phone call yet about the table being ready because that's what I was waiting for. We get in, walk into the restaurant, ask them if the table's ready, and they're like, "Are you Mike?" I'm like, "No."
Do you need me to be?
Are you Brandy? I'm like, "No." I was like, I called like at this point it was almost an hour later. I was like, I called, you know, this time, and they were like, "Oh, we wrote your number down wrong, so we just gave your table to someone else." And they were clearly very sorry about what happened because it was their fault and it was very loud in there, so they couldn't hear my number.
Okay.
Down.
Yeah.
So they were like, "Just give us 20 minutes. We'll get a table ready for you, and it'll be all good." So we walk out, start to walk around a little bit, wait for them. They call under 10 minutes. Very nice, actually.
All right,
very
great.
nice.
Okay.
And so we get back into the restaurant, and they're like, "Your table is right over there." We go sit down, and the first thing I noticed, the people next to me, it seemed like a first date. Have you ever been somewhere where there's first date vibes going on next to you?
Yeah, I have. In fact, one of the places we just ate like a weekend or two ago, there was definitely a first date. It's one, they're dressed to the nines. They're dressed very well. They and they're asking. You can tell if you overhear a question, you can tell based off of the questions that they're asking.
So here's some of the questions that I heard sitting next to us. And you know, I mentioned that the restaurant was very loud. Particularly the people next to us were very loud, particularly the gentleman. So I couldn't really hear what the girl was saying, but I could hear him loud as day. So he's asking questions like, "What do you like to do on the weekends? I noticed you were just in Portland. Who did you go with?"
Oh, geez. First of all, that's a fringe question for a first date because that tells her you've been stalking her social media. But go on, yeah,
right, yeah, and you know, and the whole conversation's going, and I'm picking up little facts about them. Like, he's a doctor that just moved from New York. You know, he couldn't do the big city anymore. It's always nice to go back, but
sure,
he couldn't really do it anymore. From what I gathered, it sounded like she was a social worker of some type. They both were not drinking. I will make note of that.
Okay.
So not that you have to drink at brunch, but
No,
it's something to
because
make note of.
brunch like mimosas, Bloody Marys, that's a plus for a brunch. The brunch, you
Yeah.
go for the waffles, the eggs, the bacon. Yeah, you go for the breakfast food when it comes to the brunch.
Yes. So my fiance and I, we order a tomato salad. She gets a BLT, and I got a like avocado toast.
Okay. Very
And
millennial of you.
very
Nice.
millennial of me.
Very on
Yes.
brand. Thanks for keeping the brand alive.
Yes. And so I obviously I can hear their conversation next to us, and we're not really having much of a conversation because we're both listening to them. And I heard them just order. The waitress walks away, and then all of a sudden someone comes in with a tomato salad, puts it on their table right after they ordered.
Yeah.
Right after they ordered. And I texted Brittany because I was mad about it because I was very hungry. Remember, we were waiting for our food.
After everything you had to go through, I
texted her
angry too.
I said, I was mad at this point. I said,
I'm sure, dude. Go right ahead. Swear away.
Those assholes literally just ordered and thought that was their tomato salad. Now, you might not get that upset about a tomato salad, but the waitress comes over and she like says to us, like, I'm so sorry, like someone put it on their table. Like, I'm gonna go get you one right away. She goes and gets one. And then a little bit of time passes, we eat our tomato salad. Their next dish comes next to us. And it's a wedge salad. They put it down and they like were confused. They were like, oh, well, I thought, this was, and the waitress explained like, we accidentally put the tomato salad down on your table. And he's like, oh, I thought the chef was just letting everyone try this. Like, so they obviously ate all the tomato salad and then ate their wedge salad. That's all they had.
Damn it. Yes.
Tomato salad, wedge salad. And then they asked for the check. And like, we're on like very similar timeline because we are sitting right next to them eating at the same exact time.
Right.
They get their check. One item. They both throw down a card.
Oh,
for
no.
A $10 wedge salad on a first date.
Wait, they split? They went Dutch? They like the guy didn't insist?
He made her split the check.
Oh my gosh. This is awkward.
And it's just, in the back of my mind, I'm like just wondering, will there even be another date? At this point, I don't think there is.
There shouldn't be. If that woman is listening, if that woman listens to the Junk Drawer podcast, don't go back out with them. Don't go back out with them. That is, if he's making you halvesies on a wedge damn salad, like my man couldn't even foot the bill for a salad. That they split. Not a chance he's footing the bill. And you said he's a doctor?
That's what I gathered. I could be wrong, but that's what I gathered.
A doctor from New York. No wonder he went back to Pittsburgh. It's the cost of living's cheaper.
That's exactly why. And maybe he mentioned it.
Herked Out thinks this is hilarious. It is funny. It's funny for the couple. It's not funny though. The fact that
this was brunch. This was my brunch.
You had to go through this. I almost feel bad for you. Hey, it's great content. Like, thank you for
it is content. But
great content. But damn it, dude. And like, first of all, they should have gone halvesies on your bill because they ate your tomato salad.
They ate our tomato salad. And just to paint the picture a little bit clearer, these were the sandals that he was wearing.
Oh no. Oh no! Oh, stop! He's wearing sandals. What were there socks? Was he rocking socks with them?
There were no socks, but
just the fact that he's rocking sandals to a date, dude, like to a brunch date. My goodness! I hope that lady breaks up with him. I hope she broke up with him on the way back to the Uber. Like, I hope she didn't let him give him a ride home. No thanks. I'll take an Uber from here. It's surge pricing. I don't care, buddy. All right. What are you going to go halves on that too?
Yeah, I was going to say he would make her go half on it even if they did.
Oh my gosh,
so that's my I'll go of the week, the brunch situation that we had, because it started with the table just not being ready. It was just the whole thing, right? Definitely. The food was excellent, but we just had to deal with that the entire time. So
right. Oh my gosh. Well, goodness damn. I feel bad for you, one, but I'm glad you lived to tell about it because again, it's made for a nice little story on the podcast here. All
Well,
right,
thank you.
my ugly of the week is butt stuff. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
not what I was expecting.
We probably weren't expecting that. Now, the reason it's my ugly of the week is because apparently Max Scherzer does not like it. Max Scherzer is not a fan of butt stuff. What do I mean by that? Well, Dave Roberts, the Dodgers and Mets were on Sunday Night Baseball on Sunday this week, and Max Scherzer or Dave Roberts was being interviewed during the game and shared a story about Max Scherzer. And I hope you can hear this. If not, I'll explain it after the clip. But he's talking about Max Scherzer.
I think maybe his first start at home for us, and pat him on the butt coming into the dugout. First inning, second inning, maybe the third inning, and in the fourth inning, I pat him on the butt like, "Hey, nice going." And he mumbled something under his breath, and I'm like, "Did he just say, 'Don't effing touch me'?" Got the scoop from our players, like, "Hey, Doc, make sure you don't touch him. He doesn't want anyone to touch him." And so, get through. All right,
get through. I love the in-game interviews. I love the in-game interviews.
So
wait, hang on.
You just mumble something like, "Don't effing touch me," and he goes, "Yeah," and I gave you the tempered, most respectful way I can say it because this is my job. I don't need any kind of congratulations or support. That's my job. And so we got a little kick out of it. So suffice to say tonight, if you got me, I won't be patting him on the butt.
Got it. Yeah. That's right.
Just so basically, Dave Roberts, if you couldn't hear that, Dave Roberts shares a story about how the very first start with the Dodgers, he has a great inning, comes off playing against the Astros, went like 7 shutout innings and gave him a pat on the butt when he came in. And Scherzer hit him with a "Don't fucking touch me" on his butt. And gave him one of those and Mike mumbled it under his breath like that too. So Dave Roberts didn't hear him. So after the game, he goes up to him and says, "Did you just say 'Don't effing touch me'? Like, did you say that during the game?" And he said, "Yeah." He goes, "Pitching is my job, and I expect to go out there and be great. If I'm not great, I'm not doing my job." First of all, that's a badass approach to your job.
I really love that he said that. Yeah.
Right. Like, imagine your boss coming in and like complimenting you. "Hey, AD, nice job on that report you gave earlier today.
Don't compliment me.
It's my job to be great." It's like, whoa, okay, all right, dude.
Take it easy, man.
Yeah, I won't compliment you anymore. But yeah, so that's look, we all knew that Max Scherzer's a red ass. Like, I think anyone who follows baseball even remotely knows the fact that Max Scherzer is a red ass. He's got multicolored eyes, but a red ass.
He has 2 colored eyes. Yeah.
Right. So obviously this has become a thing on the Dodgers. The Dodgers know that Max Scherzer does not like butt stuff. He doesn't like to be touched on the butt during the game. So this happens the other night. All right. So I think that's I believe his name is Zach McKinney.
I hope it's a fake pat. Please be a fake pat.
No, it's Billy McKinney. Billy McKinney, who actually used to be a Met. Billy McKinney that's him there with Scherzer. So, because Scherzer got the start on Sunday Night Baseball. So Scherzer's coming off the field, and Billy McKinney was probably given the briefing right when he joined the Dodgers. Was probably like, "Look, we have a number of rules here. Okay, if you get a big hit, you touch yourself on the head. That's like the thing we do. And also, we never touch Max Scherzer on the ass, ever, never, ever. Okay, that's just, you don't do it. You don't. Scherzer doesn't like butt stuff. So what does Billy McKinney do? He goes in for the pat on the butt, gives him a little boop, little boop right there on the right there on the tush.
Oh, he did touch. He touched.
Yeah, he does. He does touch right there.
I mean, that's like butt crack. That's not butt.
Sensual. Yeah, that is that is sensual right there, right in between the cheeks. Just fits it, like, just gives him a credit card swipe.
He's credit or debit. What do you think he said?
Yeah. So he gives the poke, and then instantly McKinney, he goes, "Oh snap! What did I just do?" He realizes right after giving him a little poke on the butt, he's like, "Oh damn it, not me, not me." So that way, if Scherzer turns around, he's like, "Not me. I'm saying safe, dude. I'm safe. I did not touch you on the butt." Okay?
Oh, there's another angle too.
Yeah, another angle. You can clearly see. Boom, and then he's like, "Oh, nope, safe."
Oh.
Safe. He's like, "Not me. Wasn't me." So then Scherzer comes in. Look, Dave Roberts just completely ignores Scherzer. He's like, I've learned my lesson. I'm not about to go in. So Dave Roberts ignores Scherzer. Scherzer just goes in, takes off his helmet, puts it down. And then Dave Roberts goes, Billy McKinney, high five, my man. Like everyone else, like Scherzer does not exist on this team because of his disdain for butt stuff. And here, Billy McKinney was nearly cut from the Dodgers roster for giving him a little credit card swipe right there on the tush.
They almost cut him?
Lesson. I mean, I would almost cut him.
Okay.
I would take Scherzer over Billy McKinney any day on.
Yeah.
So I don't care. I don't care if you're Justin Turner. I don't care if you're freaking Trey Turner. I don't care if you're Max Muncy. If you try and touch Max Scherzer on the butt, I'm choosing Max Scherzer over your ass. No pun intended. And and taking and you're cut from the team. That should be like rule number one.
Some of these players would actually have to be like reprogrammed to not slap someone on the ass. Like that is so common, especially like in football too. Like,
oh my gosh,
like, hey, nice play, kid. Nice play, kid. You know, it's just like it's a part of the game almost.
That right there. That's probably why McKinney's doing it. He's probably like thinking like,
he's
great.
programmed.
Yeah, you did your job out there at the plate, Scherzer. Here's a little snap, and then he's like.
Then he saw the number on the back of his jersey. He was like, "Oh my god, I made."
Yeah, he's like, "Oh damn it, that's Scherzer. I thought this was Max Muncy."
Yeah,
I got my Maxes mixed up. So yeah, just something to learn. If you guys ever see Max Scherzer on the street, don't slap him on the ass because he will kick yours.
And we mean it too. Don't.
We do mean it. All right. Let's go ahead and let's get to everyone's favorite part of the week. The Frank fact. The Frank fact. This is the point of the show where we get a fact from our guy Frank. And it is, look, if you will walk away, if you subscribe to the Junk Drawer, if you watch us on the live stream every week, you will walk away from this show smarter. You will have learned something. And this is the segment where you do it. You learn something from our Frank fact. Okay. So this week's Frank fact, you ready for this, AD? This week's is a good one.
I'm still trying to recover from last week. So please hit me
with the pie circumference.
Yeah. I still can't wrap my head around that one, but
yeah, I'd be lying if I was with Don over the weekend. You know, he's a big junkie. My father-in-law. Don,
yeah.
Shout
out Don, by the way.
Shout out to Don. We got into a big discussion over the circumference of a pizza last week. The Frank fact, it led to an entire afternoon's worth of conversation. That's how good the Frank fact is.
I hope you called like local pizza places and be like, look, we've got this problem.
Well,
can you help us out?
Honestly, didn't need to because Don is an accountant. And so he's good with numbers.
Took care of it for us. Okay.
And so there were some people in the conversation that did not believe the Frank fact. There were some grits in the crowd, if we will.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if you don't believe the Frank fact, then there's something wrong with you.
That's on you. Yeah. The Frank fact is always
a personal problem.
Grit used to go against Frank all the time, and he didn't live to tell about it, honestly. So the Frank fact this week is Oh wait, hang on. Let me just throw this up real quick, just so people know where we're at. Google was originally named Back Rub until 1996, and Pepsi was named Brad's Drink until 1898. How about that, huh? Okay. Let's break this down. Let's start with Google, okay?
Yeah.
What a ridiculous name Google is. I think we can all agree on that, right?
But Google is actually a number, right? Is that? I think that's what it is. I think Google is actually a number,
like a really big number.
A really, really, really big number. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that makes sense. Maybe it is, but it's still a goofy name, right?
Yes.
I mean, there's this is called your Wheatus. Or your Weenus.
Your Weenus, yes.
But I'm not naming a website my Weenus.
Weenus.com.
Weenus.com. Check out our new search engine, Weenus.com. It's you want to find an answer on the internet, you just go to Weenus. You want to start an email address, go to Weenus.com and set one up.
You ready for the definition of Google?
Yeah, please. Did you Google the definition of Google? Please tell
me. Googled the definition of Google.
I wish you would
I
have.
should have gone to
binged.
like Ask Jeeves or something.
Yeah, I wish you
or,
would have binged the definition of Google. But go on.
maybe would have been more accurate.
Yeah.
So it comes from the term Google, Googol,
Okay.
and it is a mathematical term named by Milton Serrata.
Oh,
It means 10 raised to the power of 100,
oh wow.
or 1 followed by 100 zeros. So
Damn. That's
Google
bigger.
is a play on the term Google. I don't even know how to say that.
Google.
Which means a number of nearly incomprehensible size. So,
wow. Okay.
which is basically what Google's market cap is these days. It's
Do you think the world has even been around for that many like seconds?
seconds, maybe.
Yeah, one times 100 zeros. One with 100 zeros. That many seconds. That's a lot, dude.
That's a lot. Maybe that's another Frank fact that we could.
Yeah, we should dig in. We should ask Frank for a follow up to that. But yeah, so back rub. But imagine if Google stayed with the name back rub instead of Google. Like, imagine where we'd be at today. Like, oh hey man, yeah, let me back rub that real quick.
Or
oh hey, I back rubbed you, AD, and I found out that you used to play football in high school.
Or how about hey back rub, play.
Yeah, just like, oh, do you have a BR mail account? Would it be instead of Gmail? It'd be BR mail. Back rub. Do you have back rub mail?
At backrub.com.
I just think there's way too many people out there giving back rubs that probably aren't warranted. That's probably good that Google was well ahead of the Me Too movement in the sense that they got away from back rubs when they probably should have.
Meanwhile, Deshaun Watson's like, what's wrong with that name?
Yeah, Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
Gosh, you want to talk about a dude who would spend all his time on backrub.com.
He would back rub himself if he could.
Deshaun, I noticed all you do is just search things all the time. You don't even click away to the pages that you find the answers to. He's like, no, I just love back rubs. That's all. I just love to back rub things.
Constantly back rubbing.
Or does he loves things to back rub him? Anyway, all right, that's enough Deshaun Watson talk. But okay, and then Pepsi was named Brad's drink until 1898. Brad's drink. First of all, shout out to Brad.
Well, I'm hoping Brad was the founder of Pepsi. Like it's his drink, so hopefully he's the one that is profiting off that.
Or what if Brad got let go and Pepsi stole Brad's drink?
I mean,
like Garrett Pepsi got in a fight with Brad at the Pratt house one night. And it was like, dude, I'm stealing your recipe. And then went off to start his own drink company.
And literally the rest is history.
And like all the guys in the frat are like, dude, did you steal Brad's drink? It's like, yeah, I did. And I'm calling it Pepsi.
So, okay. So I not that I would never question Frank, but I just wanted to get a little bit more information here.
Are you fact checking Frank?
I'm not. No, I am not.
It's called the Frank fact for a reason.
I just want to know how long it was called Brad's drink for.
Oh yeah. Do you know? Does it say?
Yeah, 5 years. So
5 years of Brad's drink. That's
5 years.
That's enough to start a brand. If you're called, look, from 1893 to 1898, you're called Brad's drink. Imagine the first time someone goes to a restaurant, they order a Coke, and the waiter's like, "Is Brad's drink okay?" You're like, "All right."
Yeah.
And then like 5 years
sounds
later,
homemade, yeah.
5 years later, they're like, "Could I get a Coke?" And someone's like, "Is Pepsi okay?" And they're like, "What the hell's Pepsi?"
I've never even had.
They're like, "Well, it's Brad's drink, but it's a new name for Brad's drink." You're like, "Well, is it the same as Brad's drink?" Because I'm not, it's kind of like the Dr. Pepper and Dr. Thunder. Like, yeah, like they have similar names, but they're not the same drink. They're not.
Different brands almost.
Yeah.
Right?
So it's like you can't just change names like that, especially in the drink industry. I think to me that's
it's a good thing they did it before the turn of the century. So
that's true.
It was created and developed in 1893 by Caleb Bradham.
Caleb Bradham. Wait, Brad's drink was invented by Caleb?
Caleb.
Who the heck's Brad?
Bradham. Brad.
Oh, Brad is part of his last name?
Mm-hmm.
So is it Braid's drink?
No, it's Brad. It's
Bradham.
Bradham. Like that's how it's spelled.
Oh, Bradham.
Bradham.
Weird.
Yeah.
That'd be like.
Yeah.
That's weird that you would not. That'd be like a someone with the last name of Thompson being called Tom's Drink. I don't know.
But THOM.
Yeah. Anyway, well, shout out to Brad. Poor guy. I feel bad. I honestly kind of feel bad for him. You know what?
Yeah.
This podcast goes out to Brad.
Shout out, Brad.
Yeah. This week's episode goes out to you, Brad.
But I just can't figure out where they came up with Pepsi from, because Google, makes sense, right? Like that they would switch to something like that. But
yeah.
Pepsi,
You're right. Look, Brad's Drink is a better name than Back Rub. I think we can all agree on that, right?
Yes.
Johnny Scab says sometimes a back rub can make me goo. Okay, all right. Well, we'll end it on that one. Thanks, Johnny Scabs. Yeah. Well, that's all we needed.
Thanks, Johnny.
I don't know about you, AD. I wasn't overly curious as to what a back rub does for our guy Johnny Scabs, but look, if it makes him go goo, that's fine with me. All right. Before we get out of here, just make sure, hey guys, go follow at Korked Bats. Follow at Korked Bats 2, the number 2 on Instagram.
Important.
There's a date is going to be announced soon that Instagram account is going to be released, or it's going to launch.
Go active. Yeah.
Go ahead and follow it now. Be an early adopter to Korked Bats, because football season's around the corner, and trust me, it's going to be a great follow for football season. At Korked Bats 2 on Instagram. More details will follow. Set up post notifications so whenever we post from there, just so you kind of get a heads up on where we're going with that. All things Korked Bats. Look, we're some cool things are coming up. We've got we're doing a lot of things behind the scenes right now, building, growing, and we're excited for it. We're excited for football season. So we appreciate all of the love and following that you guys give us and everything for that. AD, before we get.
And it has nothing to do with watering your plants?
No, because I usually leave that up for you.
Oh, I feel like we do this all the time. It's how you start it. Ahoy.
Oh, that's right. Ahoy.